Hey, great space coasters. I have a new episode of Steven Universe to talk about, and it is Too Short to Ride. It's a new Peridot episode. Thank God, where she's been. I mean, it's been like 2 episodes or something like that. And this episode is really cool because we do get to see Peridot interact with people for the first time. Outside of, Greg, we get to see her in like a human setting at the Funland. And it opens with Steven giving her a pad to sort of kind of replace the limbs and all the extra jargon stuff she had on her body from the time before. And nice little touch that after she opens it, he puts the bow in her hair. That's one of those sweet touches in the show. It's like that didn't have to happen, but they took the time to animate that into the scene. And she's instantly in love with it, and it does help her out a lot. The two of them hang out with Amethyst, and unfortunately none of them are tall enough to ride one of their coasters. Thankfully, Steven is now unbanned from Funland. I assume that happened off camera at some point. My assumption is after Steven, saved the world during the Missing Ocean event. I'm willing to wager Mr. Smiley thought, okay, well, saved my business and the world, and we're not dead, so maybe I could let him ride rides again. And unfortunately, he's too short to ride these rides. Loophole! But he and Amethyst are shapeshifters, so a loophole for that. It's so weird to see Steven just grow his legs. He doesn't even try to form an older body. He just whoop, like he's on stilts or something. And Amethyst grows like a taller, this really attractive jeans wearing body or something like that. And unfortunately, that's when Peridot reveals that she can't shapeshift, and she actually has no powers. And yeah, you know what? Outside of her robotic enhancements, she's never demonstrated anything like that. She's not even that much stronger. And this is not a big deal in the episode, but it's kind of a little bomb that's dropped on us that resources on Homeworld are depleting. So when they make new gems, they kind of do a bargain basement approach where they just make them without powers. And that's her predicament, is that she's no more powerful than a human, I suppose, with maybe some small exceptions. So yeah, when Amethyst tries to get through to her, she does something kind of jerkish by throwing her pad into the ocean. That's when she reaches out and mentally stops it. I really enjoyed when she's trying to figure out how to bring it back. She cranks her arm like a lever around. It seems to work. Then, of course, she uses these powers to win the alien doll that she'd wanted in the entire episode, and it's adorable. And it's so funny, when you compare what a cold-blooded murderer she was when the show started to being happy about winning a plush doll and hugging it. It's just what has Steven done to her? He's completely changed her for the better. And now she has this mental power, which I assume will be pretty useful. And she also instantly started using her pad, much like her pad with her robotic enhancements. So I'm very curious to see how she develops this in future episodes. And also, I'm very curious to see where this information goes. It sounds like Homeworld is probably now becoming more and more disadvantaged and somewhat weaker in their position in the universe and their in their effectiveness in attacking Earth. So crystal gems might have a future on taking over, or whatever the plan is for this show. So yeah, this was a really fun episode. It had had a couple of story bombs that happened. What with the information about her powers, her new power, and the fact that Homeworld may not be as strong as it once was. All in that, it's an adorable episode. I will say I miss Sinbad as Mr. Smiley. I guess he just chose not to stay with the show. He's a busy guy, so he probably just couldn't make time for the show anymore. And also, they did probably like maybe 40 episodes without him, so I'm sure he was like, well, I gotta go. Time's money. But the new actor, I'm not sure who that was playing him. I think he does the role just fine. And I feel sorry for him. He's like overworked. He needs a break. That poor guy. And maybe we'll get an episode of him someday. I'd like to see a little bit what makes that guy tick. And he's a little bit like Greg in a way. He had hopes and dreams of being an actor, and I guess they came crashing down. So he now owns a business in Beach City. Now, granted, a successful business, apparently. I'm sure he's doing fine, but I don't think it's what he wanted to do with his life. So, yeah, I'd be interested to see an episode about him. Well, that's it for Too Short to Ride. I hope you liked the episode. I thought it was a lot of fun. And if you want to comment below, please let me know. And we'll talk later. Up next, we're going to be talking about an episode called The New Lars. See you later. Push the button, Lindsay.